So knowing how to find something quickly on your hard disk or your solid state disk is an essential skill, and it becomes even more essential as your collection of files and folders grows, as such collections are wont to do. The upshot is, the more files you have on your disk or disks, the more you're going to benefit from having superior searching skills. Never fear. In this lesson, I'm going to show you some of the ways you can make Spotlight, which is macOS's built-in search system, work smarter. Spotlight is usually quite speedy. You'll often see your results appear before you even finish typing a query. If you're not familiar with Spotlight, there's 3 ways you can start your search in Spotlight, okay? The first is by clicking the menu bar icon, which looks like a magnifying glass up in the upper right corner. You can use the keyboard shortcut, which is Command Spacebar. You should probably memorize that one if you haven't already. And finally, you can type in the search field of any Finder window, and that will start a Spotlight search also. So it's easy to use. Just type a word or 2 words, and Spotlight will find almost anything on your hard disk, any file or folder that matches those words. And it searches more than just file names. So it can find things like contacts, events, reminders, photos, songs, documents, PDFs, and more. Plus, it can search the contents of many file types, including Microsoft Word, Pages, text, Excel, numbers, and many others. And it can find words inside the documents. So, if you wrote Steve Jobs a letter and named it Letter to Apple Guy or something, but you searched for Steve Jobs, you'd find that letter, even though the words Steve Jobs only appear inside the document. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, so while it's easy to use, it becomes even more powerful when you take the time to learn a few little tricks that can reduce your search time and help you hone in on what you're looking for faster. So the first is that the current operating system, which is probably High Sierra as you're reading this, and the one before it, which was Sierra, and the one before that one, which was El Capitan, they all have these things in Spotlight. Ready? They all understand natural language. That's the best part. That means you don't have to type your query in any special way to make it work. You can just type what it is you're looking for in your own words and let Spotlight do it. Here are a couple of samples of things you can say, but don't be limited by what I'm showing you here. You can type almost any query and it will work. Okay, so type what you're looking for in your own words, and chances are Spotlight will figure it out and find it. Ask things like this: JPEGs I worked on last week, files I worked on 3 days ago, pictures I opened yesterday, PDF files I opened in April. Here's another tip. If you search for something and you get too many hits, you can narrow your search by specifying the kind of document you're looking for, by typing the word kind, followed by the word or phrase you're looking for. So, for example, to find Microsoft Word documents that contain the word supercilious, you'd type kind, word, space, supercilious. Or to find a spreadsheet that contains the word massive, you could type kind, spreadsheets, space, massive. 2 things you need to remember when you're doing this. Number 1, don't put a space after the colon. I know that feels weird, but it's kind, spreadsheets, no space, not kind, space, spreadsheets the way it should be. Okay? And here's the second part. The kind, can appear at the beginning or the end of your search phrase. So you could say kind, spreadsheets, massive, or massive space, kind, spreadsheets. They both would find the same files. All right, so you don't have to remember that much. Just remember to type the colon and the kind of file you want. You can put it at the beginning or the end. All right, one more thing. It's amazing how well Spotlight works usually, but finding files is only part of what it can do for you. For example, it's great at converting units, like gallons to liters, cups to quarts, dozens more, and simple math. So try something like this. Try typing 2 times 3 in parentheses plus 4 plus 1 in another parentheses, and Spotlight will correctly tell you the answer is 11 in the blink of an eye. Pretty cool, huh? Or type in this: 100 euros in dollars. And well, at least today, 107.42 US dollars appears. Your result's likely to be different, as the I have no idea what the euro will be by the time you're watching this, but you get the point. And keyboard shortcuts make Spotlight even better. So check out this list, which you can download. It's called the Spotlight Searches Keyboard Shortcut Cheat Sheet, and it's available right alongside this lesson. Go ahead and download that. I hope you'll find it useful. And I guess in conclusion, Spotlight's one of the most useful utilities that comes with your Mac. And what I've shown you is merely the tip of the iceberg. The more you use it, the more ways you'll discover to use it better, faster, and more elegantly. One last thing. If you like Spotlight, you'll probably love a couple of utilities that I've used and love over the years. One's called Alfred, one's called LaunchBar. They're awe-inspiring search utilities and much more. And you're going to hear about them in section 3, which is all about my favorite things. So hang in there and you'll hear more about both Alfred and LaunchBar. For now, let's move on to our next lesson, which has a few more tips for getting and staying organized.